Welcome to this lesson on limiting reactants. A limiting reactant is the reactant that runs out first in a chemical reaction. Understanding this concept is crucial for predicting how much product you can make from given amounts of reactants. Think of it like cooking. If you have all the ingredients but run out of one key item, that ingredient limits how much you can cook. The same principle applies to chemical reactions. Let's define what a limiting reactant actually is. The limiting reactant is the reactant that is completely consumed first in a chemical reaction, thus limiting the amount of product that can be formed. Once this reactant is used up, the reaction stops, even if other reactants are still available. This is why it's called the limiting reactant, because it sets the limit on how much product you can create. The other reactants that are left over are called excess reactants. Let's use a real-life example to understand this better. Imagine you want to make sandwiches. You have 10 slices of bread and 4 slices of cheese. Each sandwich needs 2 slices of bread and 1 slice of cheese. You can only make 4 sandwiches because you'll run out of cheese first, even though you still have bread left over. In this scenario, cheese is the limiting ingredient. The same logic applies to chemical reactions. The reactant that runs out first determines how much product you can make. To identify which reactant is limiting, follow these 3 steps. Step 1. Write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. This tells you the ratio in which reactants combine. Step 2. Convert the masses of all reactants to moles using their molar masses. This is important because chemical reactions occur on a molecular level, and moles help us count molecules. Step 3. Compare the mole ratios you have to the mole ratios required by the balanced equation. The reactant that doesn't have enough moles according to the ratio is your limiting reactant. Let's work through an example. Hydrogen reacts with oxygen to form water. The balanced equation is 2H2 plus O2 produces 2H2O. We're given 4.0 grams of hydrogen and 32.0 grams of oxygen. Our task is to determine which reactant is limiting. We'll solve this step by step in the next slides using the method we just learned. First, we convert the given masses to moles. For hydrogen, we have 4.0 grams divided by the molar mass of 2.0 grams per mole, which equals 2.0 moles of hydrogen. For oxygen, we have 32.0 grams divided by the molar mass of 32.0 grams per mole, which equals 1.0 mole of oxygen. So we have 2.0 moles of hydrogen and 1.0 mole of oxygen available for the reaction. Now let's compare our mole ratios. Looking at the balanced equation 2H2 plus O2 produces 2H2O, we need 2 moles of hydrogen for every 1 mole of oxygen. The ratio we have is 2.0 moles of hydrogen to 1.0 mole of oxygen. This matches the required ratio perfectly. This means both reactants will be completely consumed at the same time. In this special case, neither reactant is limiting because they're present in exactly the right proportions. Both will run out simultaneously when the reaction is complete. Let's summarize the key points. First, the limiting reactant determines the maximum amount of product that can be formed in a reaction. Second, always compare your actual mole ratios to the balanced equation to identify which reactant limits the reaction. Third, remember that the reactant that runs out first is the one that limits how much product you can make. Mastering this concept is essential for solving stoichiometry problems and predicting reaction outcomes. Practice with different examples to build your confidence in identifying limiting reactants.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.